Hey guys, this is Eric or Omega Phoenix from 4 Elements Gaming, and I'm going to bring you guys a playthrough or let's play of Fire Emblem 8, The Sacred Stones. And this is really coming off of the hype around Fire Emblem Heroes. I've noticed that there's a lot of people who have picked up the game Heroes, the mobile game by Nintendo. That's basically somewhat of a mini Fire Emblem game, and they get interested and they like it and they want to start playing a lot of Fire Emblem games and they don't know where to start. And so I decided to make a Fire Emblem Sacred Stones playthrough because it's one of the easier games to get a hold of. It's a Game Boy Advance game. It's available through Amazon, eBay, GameStop even has a few copies that I've seen, and it's pretty decently easy. It's not too hard. There's mostly because there's capability of training outside of the main chapters. And the other reason I didn't want to start with the other one, with Fire Emblem 7, was because the tutorial is kind of annoying. It's actually really annoying. You have to get through. So Fire Emblem 8, I believe, is an overall better choice. It it contains the lords Ephraim and Erika, and if people keep up with the patch notes or the updates for Fire Emblem Heroes will be released soon. Um, so yeah, I think it's an overall good choice to start with, and I wanted to bring this to you guys because I love Fire Emblem and I played a lot of the games, and this is one of my favorite series. I played a lot of Japanese only games. I played every game that's come out for the US. So yeah, let's get started. Traditional old Game Boy Advance warning of, don't get a seizure. Nintendo. A lot of orange juice. A frame. And there we go. She's really hot though. And other people. What is sad about this game is that it's a standalone game. There are no sequels, there are no prequels or side stories like most of the actually every other Fire Emblem game does contain a sequel or prequel or any story, but this is completely standalone. So it's kind of sad. Maybe they'll revisit it. I mean, from anyone who's keeping up with news, that they're remaking Fire Emblem 2, actually, old game, the black sheep of the family, actually. And they were completely remaking it for the Switch, so there's hope for sequels, and fingers crossed. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, 2004, 2005. I feel old. Right, new game. First timers. Game rules and controls will be explained to you as you play, but you guys have me, and I am an experienced player, so no gameplay hints will be provided to play. And I can't do this one. Oh, can I? Who knows? But let's do normal. Prologue: The Fall of Renee. Renaissance? In an age long past, evil flooded over the land. Creatures awash in the dark tide ran wild, pushing mankind to the brink of annihilation. In its despair, mankind appealed to the heavens and formed a binding light. And from the binding light came hope. The sacred stones. That's a really motif that goes a lot in Fire Emblem games, where they're like, God, we're getting wrecked. God, can you lend a hand? And they do. These 5 glorious treasures held the power to dispel evil. The hero Grado and his warriors used the sacred stones to combat evil's darkness. They defeated the Demon King and sealed his soul away within the stones. I don't know why they never just killed him, but With the darkness imprisoned, peace returned to Magvel. Hey, by the way, we're in the continent of Magvel. I didn't even bother remembering that because this is the only game that has this. But this peace would not last. The continent of Magvel. For some 800 years, a quiet peace reigned in the absence of the terrible darkness. The sacred stones have been passed from generation to generation. Nations have been built around their power and their legacy. The kingdom of Renes, ruled by Fado, the peerless warrior king. Hey, that's where we are. The kingdom of Frelia, ruled by Hayden, the venerable sage king. The kingdom of Johanna, ruled by Ismir, queen of the White Dunes. The desert chapters. The theocracy of Raustin, ruled by Mansell, the divine emperor. And the Grado Empire, ruled by Vigard, the stalwart, silent emperor. Wow, they all have titles. Why can't they just be like King Eric, the sixth king? These 5 countries house the power of the sacred stones. They are joined by the emerging mercantile Republic of Carsino. Good for them. In these times of peace, tales of past conflict have drifted into legend, and memories of the ancient dark arts have all but evaporated. It is now the year 803. In an instant, the whole of Magvale is threatened by an unexpected atrocity. The Grado Empire, the largest of the Sacred Stone nations, has invaded the kingdom of Renes under orders from Emperor Vigard. Ooh, that does not sound good. A longtime ally of Grado, Renes is caught off guard, unable to mount any resistance. Grado's forces move quickly, seizing one territory after another. Blitzkrieg, if you will. Compounding King Svado's worry, his son, Prince Ephraim, has gone missing. Oh snap. Grado's momentum carries its armies to the gates of Castle Renes itself. Oh, that's a lot of ponies. Renes will fall. It is inevitable. That's bad. Prologue. The fall of Renes. Well, there's no spoilers there. It's very much gonna fall. Sir, we're about to get boned. Your Majesty, I bear bad news. The castle gate has been breached. Emperor Vigard's forces are within the castle walls. I understand. The garrison has fallen. We've lost contact with Prince Ephraim and can expect no aid from his men. Your Majesty, what are we to do? What else can we do? Order your men to lay down their arms. But Papa, Father, Erika, are you wearing the bracelet I gave you? Yes, I have it right here. Good. Seth. Yes, Your Majesty. Take Erika and head for Frelia. King Hayden is an honorable man. I trust he will keep you safe. Understood. And what of you? What of Your Majesty? Me. I shall remain here. We have long held Grado among our dearest allies. Yet now they attack. I must know why. Am I somehow responsible for this? Have I erred in my leadership? Renes is mine to guide. How could I have failed her so? Father, you can't stay. You mustn't. If you remain behind, then so shall I. Go now, Seth. Ride her. Take her to safety. Do not ride her. That is not what I meant. PG channel, guys. Father, it's not a PG channel. Forgive me, Your Highness. Seriously, he just like hits her and grabs her and like, nope, let's go. Huh. Oh man, that was really fast. I thought they just let me walk, right out of there. Ephraim, Eureka. No, they really just let me walk out of there. General Seth, friends, ride ahead and bring word of our coming to Frelia. A single rider has better odds of passing unseen by Grado's men. Convey to the throne all that has happened here and petition for reinforcement. No, understood. Princess Eureka, we must. Quickly, behind me. Oh shit. Wyvern riders. You there with a girl. Tell me, would that be the wayward Princess of Renes? No. Well, this must be my lucky day. You're a dead man. The wench goes with me. Never! I am Baltair the Moonstone, Grado's finest general, and you're just a corpse who does not know he is dead. Oh. Yeah, this is not a fight that would end well. Man, look at these promoted units fighting. He's like, bleh. No. He grabs her and runs. Such terrible wounds, and still he holds to his duty. How entertaining. Fly away, little man. Fly away. Try to outrun death. More time to savor the hunt and the kill. Ooh. Princess Erika, this way. I can see no more of Grado's men. If we've made it this far, we've surely earned a moment's rest. Please forgive my grabbing you so brusquely earlier. Oh, yeah. Don't be foolish, Seth. If it weren't for you, I would never have made it out of the castle. You are the reason I'm still alive. You have my gratitude. And whoever that man was, you're clearly after me. It's my fault that you received such a grave wound. Allow me to treat it. Your Highness, I can't allow an injury like this to be an obstacle. I have more important matters to attend to. We must press on to Frelia. We must fulfill His Majesty's wishes. I wonder how my father fares alone in this castle. Do you think he's safe? And what of my brother on the Grado front? We've heard nothing from him for days. King Fado and Prince Ephraim are both valiant and brave men. I doubt even the might of Grado's empire can hold them in check. More important to me, Your Highness, is that you look to your own safety. How sad the two of them would be if something were to happen to you. We must reach Felia to ensure the day of your happy reunion. Yes, of course, you're right. Until I'm reunited with my father and brother, I must not despair. Come, Seth, let us go. Once we cross that bridge, we will be in Frelia, near Border Mulan. Let us proceed, Princess Erika. Your Highness, I won't lie to you. This will not be an easy ride. Please, take this rapier. If something should happen to me, you must continue on to Frelia, alone if need be. Hey, got away with it. Hey! You there, Renee Dogs, where do you think you're going? Kratos, men. Stand back, Princess Erika. It's alright, Seth. My brother has taught me something of swordplay. I will stand with you. Alright, this is the first chapter of the game, the prologue. Alright, so this is Fire Emblem 8, 2 Stones. We're going to go through some very basic things on characters and statuses. So right now we control 2. We control a Rika, a Lord, and Seth, a Paladin. So first we're going to start with Erika. You know, the Prince of the Kingdom of Renee. She's elegant and kind. She's a Lord. Noble heirs to a ruling house. They possess a great potential. So in this game, every character has a class. From Myrmidons, which are sword units, to Knights, which are tanky people, to Cavaliers, which are horsey people, to Pegasus Flyers, and Wyvern Knights, and things like that. The class really defines what kind of role they play. For example, the Myrmidons, the class that I declared earlier, they're a melee unit. They attack with usually only people that are adjacent. They attack with swords. They attack decently strong. They're fast. They hit accurately. They tend to crit, and they tend to dodge, but they're actually really weak defensively. And Erika's somewhat plays that role. The class Lord is more of a moniker to say this person is a main character. So her and Ephraim are both lords in this game. They're the main characters. So Lord in and of itself doesn't say what their class does. She's more of a sword lord. She uses swords, and so she's more akin to a Myrmidon. I believe she does end up stronger than most Myrmidons, but she still has high skill, high speed, and good luck. But her defense and resistance are abysmal. So in this game, there's 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classes that are relevant. 9 stats that are relevant. There's HP, which is her hit points, and if it reduces to 0, you're dead. And in this game, once you're dead, you're stay dead, unless you're a Rika or a Frame, because if you die, then it's game over and you restart. So they're not dead. Strength, or if you were a mage, magic, is how much damage you would deal. Affects how much damage you do with the weapon that you're going to use. Strength is a physical weapon, and magic is for magic weapons, for mage, for tomes. Skill is improves your chance of hitting people, and I believe also of dodge. It's of hitting people, and maybe crit. Speed affects how good you are at evading, which is why Myrmidons are really good, and also how fast you attack. Because if you have in this game, if you outspeed the opponent by 4 or more, you will double attack. You attack twice in a round of battle. Luck affects many different things. It affects your crit chance. It affects, I believe, your hit chance, and also I believe your capability to dodge critical hits. Defense affects how much damage you take from physical attacks. The calculation is the weapon's might, which we'll cover a little right now, plus the strength of the opponent, minus your defense, how much damage you would take from an attack. Resistance is the same thing, except it's from magic damage, from tomes. Move is how many tiles you can move in a round, in a player phase, and Constitution affects rescues. Aid is your max rescuing Constitution. She has a 8 of 4, so she can rescue people with a Constitution of 3 or less. Constitution in this game also determines how heavy of a weapon you can use without being having your speed detrimented. So right now, these are the 2 items she has right now: a rapier that Seth just gave her, and a vulnerary. Vulneraries are potions; they heal for 10. And a rapier is a sword. One thing to notice in this game is that every weapon has a usage point. Vulneraries, you can have 3 uses, and this rapier has 40. Once those are at 0, they're done and they're broken. You cannot use those weapons anymore. They're thrown away. So every weapon has um, uh, various attributes that are important. For this one, for example, this is a sword with a ranking pref. It's preferred. What this means is that this is hers only. Only she can use it. Different swords, such as the steel sword that Seth has, is sword rank D. And so you have to have a skill level of at least of D in swords, D or above, to use a steel sword. The range for this weapon is 1. She can only attack adjacent units. The weight is 5. And this is what I was talking about earlier about Constitution. Since she has a Constitution of 5, she doesn't have a detriment to carrying, to using this weapon. However, if she was using the steel sword with a weight of 10, she would have her attack speed, her speed, be detrimented by 5 points. So when it was used to calculate in combat, she would actually do particularly bad. She would lose 5 points in relative speed, and so she wouldn't double as much, and she would also not dodge as well. Might is how much is the raw strength of the weapon. This plus the character's actual strength stat is added together, and then defense is deducted from that to determine how much damage they give. Hit is the base hit chance, obviously, without skill being taken into account when calculating if you're going to hit or not. This, and then they reduced by their avoid. Critical hit is this weapon's base crit. It's not 0, it's 10. Before being added to your luck and skill. And this weapon itself, the rapier, also has, if you notice, the steel sword doesn't have it, but the rapier does, that it's effective against infantry, and this means against horse units. At the bottom you can see the same thing. Because she has these equipped, this is what she can do. And last but not least is this, your weapon support level. This is the first chapter, so we don't have any supports, but we do have obviously some sword skill, and hers is base rank E, so you can use swords and only E's, so it's not particularly good. In this chapter we're against 3 fighters. The fighters are axe units. They hit strong, and they have a lot of HP, but the defense is weak, and they don't tend to hit very often. So first we're going to change some things. Let's put on backgrounds, game speed, max, and training stuff. Everything else should be fine. So I'm just going to cover it right now. I'm not going to use Seth. Seth is a paladin already, and he's what is called a promoted unit. Promoted units in this game, you start off as a class, let's say Myrmidon, and after you hit level 20 and you use a certain item, well, after level 10, but at level 20 is the best, and you use a certain item, you promote into your second class, into your better class, and Myrmidon's going to be a swordmaster. Seth already starts as his promoted class. He's originally a cavalier, and he promotes into a paladin. This makes him a pre-promote, and in general, pre-promotes are kind of bad to use because since they already start as a pre-promoted unit, they have less levels to get stat increases in, and because they're introduced in, especially Seth in the prologue, they tend to have less stats. If I had someone else who was just a raw cavalier and I raised him all the way to a paladin and promoted him. Seth himself is not bad. He's actually really good. He could probably kill everyone here and be fine. But this will deduct the experience I can get from my other units. Erika, who as a lord is actually especially important to get some levels in. And in most of the Fire Emblem games, pre-promoted units, especially the first one you get, which is usually a paladin, is really bad and tends to actually be really bad near the end. Seth doesn't have that problem. If I was to slowly invest into Seth, he would turn out fine. this whole archetype thing that I'll get into later between Jagans and Ophias, but it's if I say that I don't want to spend that time using a pre-promoted unit, so I will just use Erika here. So yeah, I can see that I'm in range of both, but only one can attack me at a time. Since none of them have a ranged weapon, they all have only iron axes. So I'm just going to move her. And I'm going to wait. And in my turn, because one of them will come and attack me. See, a miss, don't even have to care. So I'm checking to see if they have the same stats. And they essentially do. I'm going to double it regardless because neither of them can carry their axe. Oh, actually they can carry their axes. But I have speed both of them. The top one is speed of 4 and I have 2 is 5. I will always double attack these two. This one's actually squishier. I will do more damage because of defensive 2, but he gets it up for his point of one more point in skill. So the problem is that if I attack this guy and he hits me, even with a 39% chance, it is a chance to hit me. If he hits me, the other guy will come in, and if he hits me, I'll die. And there's no reason to play so unsafe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Seth back, recognize that this guy can only move 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, attack, and move her back here. So he moves forward, he attacks me, and he hits. See, this would have been a problem if the other guy hit. But she kills him in the counterattack, and then we're fine. See? He can't reach me. And now, on my turn, first of all, I'm going to trade back this vulnerary, because I don't no need for it. And on her turn, I'll move. Oh my god, I fucked up, didn't I? It's a good thing I didn't fuck up too bad. Ha! I traded actually hers away into him. But you can trade and then use the weapon item, by the way. So I'll trade back my vulnerary that I wasted there, and I'll use it to heal, and it not have changed a thing. Thank God. So this time it missed. It didn't matter. But this isn't a scripted game, so it could have been a dangerous thing. So I'll just kill in a round of combat. All that's left is the leader. Yep. Music changes because there's only one guy left. What was that? Do you think you can take me, wretched lordling? Come, it's time you high and mighty knights learn to respect a true warrior. Well, that's not very nice. So I don't want to fight him right now. He's in a forest. In the bottom left, you can see that he has a defensive. The forest has a stat change of defense 1 and avoid 20. He actually has a higher defense, and he takes 1 less damage. And my hit actually takes a 20 hit point. Notice how I actually have an appreciable chance to miss. It's not appreciable. It's actually really bad. 6%. 6% is nothing. There's no reason to do that. So I might as well wait out. So he comes at me. And now notice that my hit is actually 100. I will always hit this guy. And yes, this might seem a little terse and not exactly waiting for him to attack me. But it is the proper thing to do. And actually, there's this crazy belief that if you level up on their turn, you get a higher chance of getting more stats. So I'm gonna also just wait. And wow, he actually never hit me. It's actually pretty rare. I mean, he essentially has a 50-50 chance of hitting me 3 times in a row. What? How? And I level up. 80 experience points. And that's really decent, alright. The whole fact, I wish I had gotten some strength, because as a melee unit who attacks, I would want the strength. But 5 stats is nothing to scoff at. Skill, speed, luck, resistance, defense, those are all useful stats. Obviously, you don't want, there's no bad stat, so. Princess, are you injured? What? Oh no, I'm fine, Seth, but you look so pale. I'm fine. Fine. This is war, isn't it? It's not like in all the games I used to play with my brother Lion. I didn't know it would be this savage. Are words useless? Is strength all that matters? It's so sad. Why would the great Empire do this? To what end would they start a war? Princess. Don't worry, Seth. I won't give in to sorrow. Let's get moving. I'm not broken, and I won't stop until Serene is restored. I won't stop until I'm reunited with my father and brother. Good for her. So yeah, that was a level up. That was the prologue, and yeah, that was, you know, we learned a little bit. Learned a little bit about what's going on. You know, basically, we're all chilling, and then literally some guy randomly attacks you. So yeah, this is kind of like, that shouldn't happen. If it's had 800 years of peace, this shouldn't just randomly happen. But oh well. Princess Tana, the greatest forces are approaching. What? So soon? Ah, we've had no time. Milady, we lack the arms to defend this place. You must return to Castle Frelia. I can't. Not yet. We haven't found Erika and her companions yet. Erika's my friend, and she needs my help. I won't abandon her. Oh, I know. Go and ask King Hayden for more troops. Yes, your highness. Erika, please be safe. Commander Brigade, the enemy appears to be fortifying its position in the castle. They're tenacious, but they have no hope of stopping our advance. What are your orders, sir? Ha, orders? You just stand here and watch. I'll crush them myself. As you command, sir. Alright, that's not fair. He crit. With a 57% chance of hitting here. Ha, that's what happens when you face my lens. Stop right there. Call off your forces and turn back, or you'll have me to deal with. Is that so? And who might you be? Who? I am Tana, Princess of Frelia. I will not permit you to abuse my country any longer. Frelia's royal brat, huh? How convenient. Leave this castle immediately. If you harm me, my father and brother will chase you to the earth's end. Yes, I've heard how King Hayden dotes on his precious little daughter. Let's see how true that is. You'll make us a fine hostage, my dear. Seize the girl and lock her up. Right away, sir. No, let me go. Seth, look. I see it. It seems like Grado's army has already reached Frelia. Princess, this place is precious. We should bypass Perilous? No, I didn't actually say the word. We should bypass Mulan altogether and head straight to the castle. But we can't just ignore this. You were there when Renes was invaded. You saw what I saw. You saw how the people suffered at the hands of Grado's soldiers. Homes were destroyed, possessions stolen, women kidnapped. Well, anyone who resisted was executed without question, without hesitation. They're fucked up. Please, Seth, I can't allow that to happen here. I don't want to see any more people harmed by Grado's atrocities. Alright, Princess, I understand. Perhaps we can retake Mulan. But, Princess, you must act with caution. Your people need you too. Of course, Seth. Come on, let's go. Alright, so the main bad guy is here. A knight. A pretty strong knight. So now we're gonna got introduced to lance units here. And so there's a aspect of the game called the weapons triangle. And it introduces the three main weapons, and it has to do with three main weapons: a sword, an axe, and a lance. So swords are the weakest of the weapons, but they are the most accurate. Axes are the strongest, but the least accurate, and lances are basically in between. In addition to this, swords beat axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords. And what this means is that when a sword user fights an axe user, the sword user will have a higher hit chance, and does more damage, and the axe unit will do less damage than normal, and hit even worse. And same if the sword user attacked the lance user, it would have a it would have a lower hit chance, and it would do less damage, and the lance unit will actually do more damage and hit higher. It's actually really important early on, and especially before you have incredibly strong units. Right now, I'm gonna move Erika closer to this fort, which will get a bonus. The only person who's gonna be in range is this axe unit, and so he should be fine. Oh, I lied. She might actually die here. Did I make a mistake? We shall see. And we'll have Seth, visit this, so we can get some plot. The rumors are true, aren't they? The greatest armor is taken over the castle. It looks like they've seized the castle gate, too. Smart work. The gate provides defense and heal wounds to boot. They must be fierce warriors to have taken the gate. Watch them. There you go, that's the thing. Anyone standing on the actual gate, where there are the bosses, gets additional bonuses to defense, and will heal at the beginning of the turn. Is that the Prince of Renes? Ha ha! It really is my lucky day. Fame and fortune right to meet me. Move on, you slugs. Bring that girl to me. Easy. Oh, crit animation. Fortune chance to crit. Better crit. Level up to 3. Every 100 experience points you level up, and you get certain chance to increase points. Only 3 points is not too huge, but speed is never a bad thing. Sir Gilliam, is that Mulan? Have we reached Frelia's border already? Aye, we have. Her Highness Princess Tana should be inside the castle. But look, the countryside is crawling with Grado soldiers. Where's the castle guard? Has Mulan fallen? Are we too late? Too tough to say from here. Princess Tana is in no danger, but they want her as a bargaining tool. We men of the Eastern Watch will see her to safety. Yes, of course. We mustn't give up. We must move. We must retake the castle. Then we ride forth to Prince Erika's aid. I have stronger armor than you do. I'll take the lead. Watch my back. We got 2 more units, boys. Remember Franz? He came back. Franz is a cavalier, an earnest and passionate cavalier from Ney. And Gilliam, an armored knight of Frelia. He's quite dependable. So first we have Franz. He's a cavalier, and he's this guy, except not promoted yet, right? So he has much lower stats. Pony units tend to be cavaliers or horse units, or as I say sarcastically, pony units, tend to be really well-rounded, except for resistance. They have decent strength, decent skill, decent speed, decent luck, decent defense, and the resistance is okay, but not too amazing. What they make up for that, though, is the fact that they move really fast. They cover a lot of terrain, 7 compared to our land units 5, or when promoted like Seth's 8. We also have Gilliam, who is a knight, and he's a wall. He's a lot of damage, decent skill, a lot of defense. It's just trash, and he's really slow. And he only moves 4 tiles, but he tends to be really tanky. The problem is I don't really like the knight class because they move so slowly. There's just something about that I don't like. But we're still gonna use him right now because I want to use him to soften up a lot of these units so that France can last hit, because I will use France. You get more experience for killing the actual unit than just damaging. I'm gonna use the sword because I know it'll kill, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think the warrior is in range, and so if he attacks friends, it didn't matter. He was in range, right? And so he would attack friends, and he would have the weapon triangle advantage on him. It didn't really matter, so I'm gonna instead just fight with Erika. Erika's on a fort now, so she'll heal any damage at the beginning of the next turn if he was to hit her back. But even then, it increases her void. Forts are really powerful. Only losing to gates, actually. If you notice, her sword mastery level actually went up. As you use more of the weapon whose mastery you want to increase in, you get more weapon experience points, and you'll actually get increased level. So now she can use sword level D's, and she can actually use this steel sword if I want to trade it to her. This is the other house. The knight encamped at the castle was wearing the finest armor I've seen. It looked like it could turn aside almost any blade you soon cut it. I know my armor, though. I wager a good rapier or armor so you could get through it. Hey! I wonder what that means. Alright, he's gonna kill himself on her. On him. Die on my lance. Oh, got more units. I found them. Stragglers from Renee's. Don't let them get away. So first, I'm gonna kill this guy. I only want two of these 4 units to get any experience, right? So I'm gonna first kill this guy with France. It should leave him in prime position for this axe unit to kill himself on him. I'll move Seth out of the way. And I'll actually just wait here because it's the best position. Those 2 axe units in the solar should move up to attack me. And she should, in general, be fine. Because of the fort advantage plus weapon triangle advantage. Alright, it's going to be a little dangerous. He shouldn't take a... He shouldn't be in a chance... Actually, I'm just going to kill him with my sword. There's no point in risking this. Ooh, a level up. That was decent. I wish we got some skill or speed. Erika should be fine. Almost no chance of hitting her. The only one who has any chance of hitting her is really the soldier. But the fort should cover that. And it's only 5 damage. Oh, didn't even hit. So there was absolutely no chance for dying. Unless they all hit. And that would have required a miracle. This way, he'll attack her, but I already moved forward. Oh, dodge again. That seems awkward. A little better, strength speed. You really want 4 or more stats to be considered a good level up. Oh, that does damage. Still though, dang. Oh, double attack. France kills another one. Another one dies to Francis Lance. Alright, this is the last one. This is the boss though, and he's really tanky. It's going to be really hard. So, then move her closer. I want him to get some experience. So I'm going to leave him here. He should not die to the counter attack. He should not die to the initial attack. Bah, what a worthless lot of curs have been assigned. Even if he hits, which he does, holy crap, that's a lot of damage. You'll miss one, and please hit once to get experience. Alright, he hits once. So that's some experience. And now we run, because there's no point in attacking this. The problem with this is that Erika's really the only one who'll do meaningful damage to him, unless I just go in and kill him with Seth, but that's a waste of experience. So I need to leave her in range, but I can't be the first to attack, because he attacks, if I attack him, he attacks me, hits me, and then on his turn he attacks me, I'll die. So if this is the second one I hit, so I recognize that he does 12 damage, and I have 5 health. So simple, I'll sit in front of him, but use a vulnerary, raise me to 15. If he attacks me, and if he hits me, I'll still be alive. That's heal is really annoying. I just need to hit him now. Yep, see, I would have died there. This can't be. I gave her experience. Level up to 5. Wow, she's leveling up. Strength, skill, and defense. Not too bad. Can't have it all. Alright, that's chapter 1. Princess Tana. Sir Gilliam, I'm sorry. I never meant to cause such trouble. It was no trouble. I live to serve, Princess. Tana. Erika? Is that really you? Tana, what are you doing so far from Castle Frelia? I heard that Rene's had fallen, and I was so worried, but I'm glad to see that you're safe. Wait, where's Ephraim? Is he well? I wish I knew. You haven't heard from him? Oh, I hope he's not been harmed. Come, we must go to Castle Frelia. My lord father may know something. Thank you, Tana. And so, we move. Ooh, castle. Erika and her companion liberated the border castle. Alongside Princess Tana and Frelia, they ride to the Frelian capital. Let's ride. Oh, Tana, I'm grateful to see that you're safe and home again. You have no idea how worried I was when I heard you were in attack at border Milan. You are not to leave again without my permission. Do you understand? Don't be mad, father. Look, I come bearing good news. Erika, come out now. King Hayden, I am pleased to see you again, even in these sad times. Ah, Erika, it does my heart good to see you safe. Thank you. I was able to escape the castle before Rene fall, but I'm not sure of my father. Yes, I received word of your father. Your Highness, please tell me, is my father well? My friend King Fredo did not survive the fall of Rene Castle. No, it cannot be. Rest assured, Grado will be punished for its cowardly act. This is Frelia's promise. Erika, please stay here and rest. I cannot imagine how zestful you may be. King Hayden, you know of Prince of France's appearance, do you not? Yes. We hear the prince and his king hound Grado at every turn. It is said that he's led his forces into the empire itself. Reports suggest he's crossed the border and now fights in Renville. My brother, he fights on? Even now? Yes, my Pegasus Knight's bought his information at a great price. Even though Rene has fallen, he charges into the enemy's heart. He is truly Fado's son. What a valiant youth. I wish that I knew whether he remains unharmed, but I do not. King Hayden, I thank you for your offer, but I cannot stay. I intend to ride to my brother's side with reinforcements. I cannot allow it. I know how you feel, but this plan is suicide. I would be betraying Fado's memory if I allowed any harm to befall you. Stay here, rest and mourn. Leave this war to the warriors. I know you mean well, your majesty. However, I have lost my peril, and my twin brothers is into peril. Giggle. My brother, he is a part of me. I cannot rest here in peace while he risks his life. No, Renee's has no army. Kratos' force is decimated. I wish that Philip could provide you with support, but with soldiers. But my son Aeneas is on his way to meet the Empire's forces. He cannot spare a single brigade. Your own retinue of knights cannot possibly face Kratos alone. Are you so determined to go? Yes, with apologies. As resolute as your father, eh? What am I to do in the face of such foolhardy determination? Vanessa. Yeah, here, your highness. Mulder. You called, my king. Gilliam. Yes, sire. You are to accompany Prince Erika of Renee's into Grado territory. I expect each of you to provide aid and support for her brother. Quite a grave responsibility you've given us. No matter the obstacles, we will perform our duty. Our lives are yours. These are some of my most trusted and stalwart vassals. They will, no doubt, prove themselves quite valuable on your journey. Remember, you are venturing behind enemy lines. You will need supplies. I will have a supply convoy ready to carry your weapons and provisions. It will remain at your side no matter how far afield you venture. King Hayden, I thank you. No, save your thanks for your return. With her brother, Prince Refrain. Yes, your highness. What, 5K? 5.5 fucking... No, wait, no. Erika, you don't really intend to go through with this, do you? I can guess how you must feel, but it's just too dangerous. What would happen if you were captured by Kratos' men? Thank you for your concern, Tana, but I have no choice. Don't you see, Tana? I have to go. Erika, well, why is this happening? What's gone wrong with the world? Tana, why would Kratos invade? Emperor Vigard is a man of peace. His people adore him. And you and Frame are friends with Prince Lion, aren't you not? What could be behind this madness? Why is this happening? I have no answers for you, Tana. I don't want to believe it, but the reality is that we are at war. If I do nothing, I may lose my brother as well as my father. This is why I have to fight. It's the only answer I have. Alright. And that was Chapter 1 of Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. I'm going to cut off the video now. I think that was a pretty decent long video. 21 minutes. Probably a little longer than that. Yeah. And I hope that's a really decent introduction to the series. I'm going to continue it as soon as I can. With episode 2, we'll probably continue chapter 2 and 3 and maybe 4 along with this in the following video. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed so far this video, and I hope you guys go back to the channel because we have a lot of content. We're planning to get a lot of content. We're a pretty diverse group of people. We play a lot of League, a lot of CSGO, a lot of Fire Emblem games, but we play a lot of different games. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.